my name is Richie and welcome back to another video. Today you join me on the Cathcart Circle line for a lovely little run in the 314. We're here at Glasgow, relatively quiet station which would be normally hustling bustling with pendolinos and whatever else. We've got the blood and custard, whatever it's called, livery here that I've downloaded from the Creators Club, which is quite cool. It'd be cool to see them for the actual 314s. So yeah, I thought today we'd jump into Cathcart Circle and talk about this route a little bit because I personally feel like this is one of the most underrated routes in trainsimworld because I think it's absolutely incredible. But before I do all that, I'm going to get ourselves set up because we actually need to depart in 15 seconds and I'm not doing very well for time. So yeah, we'll be departing late, but that's fine. Cool, right, we can start closing the doors now and get ready to go. So yeah, Cathcart Circle, the first Scottish route in the game. I don't know if any of you have this. I'm guessing quite a few people do because it's quite popular amongst trainsimworld fans. We can get going. It's a 15 out of Glasgow. Cool. Get down. Yeah, so this route I think is absolutely incredible and severely underrated because it's not a linear route. It's in its name. It's a circle with two branches. So the route map, this is the main circle here, and then you've got two branches. Today's one is down to Neilston, which is down here. About a 25-minute service, something like that. So they're not long services. It takes about half an hour each run. So, you know, if you went from central to central, like Glasgow Central, and then back around, that'll take you about 30 minutes down this way. So you can go to Newton, and you can go down here via this line towards Newton. You can also go via this line towards Newton, and you can only go this way around for Neilston services because there's not a way to turn there. But yeah, I very much enjoy this route. I think it's incredible. I mean, as you come out of Glasgow Central, just look at the absolute the scenery is fantastic. Like, it feels, I think this is one of the best made routes in the game, honestly. And the timetable is jam-packed. I think there's something like 250 services, which isn't massive, don't get me wrong, but for the size of the route, I think it's like 20 miles in total. So for the size of this route, you see an awful lot of stock along the way. Right, we can get up to 25 miles an hour now. I absolutely love the sounds of the 314. I don't know what they sound like in real life, but to me, this sounds pretty spot on, if I'm honest. From what I've seen on YouTube videos and things like that. We've got a red light coming up, but I think that's because we need to do the go via checkpoint. It's also one of them sorts of units where you've got this like little window, but I think it's like a nice big window. You can see an awful lot going on. When I first got this route when it came, I bought it on the day it released, which I think was like July 2021, something like that. It's a good couple of years old now. And when I bought it, it was back when Dovetail released routes at like midnight. So I was very excited to get this when it came out, and I think I managed to rack up something like 1,000 miles on it. Bear in mind it's quite a small route. So yeah, very much a fan of this route. Where are we stopping at? We're stopping at Merend, Williamswood, White Craigs, Patterton and Neilston, which means that we're not actually stopping on any stops on the circle. So you'd have, I think this is Pollock Shores East, we've got Queen's Summit, I think that's Queen's Park. I'm not too sure what that one's called. And then we've got Cathcart here, and then we go down this branch line. And if I've got the mastery enabled, I'll show you what the mastery looks like, because it's funky. It's very funky. We've got a station here. What's this one called? This is Queen's Park. Yeah, Queen's Park, or Payak na Banringen. Not a clue. Not a clue. I absolutely love Scotland. I've been twice now. I went to Edinburgh a few weeks ago. And I absolutely loved it. Scotland is just beautiful, and as I've said before, this livery, the ScotRail livery, is just absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. We can see the stations come thick and fast on this route as well. So it's very much stop start. So if it's something like, if that's your sort of, if that's your style, then there you go, Cross Hill. I thought it might have been. But yeah, if it's that your sort of style, stop starting, you know, this is the route for you. And I think it goes on sale quite often. I think the last time I saw it on sale, it went to like £8.99. You know, absolutely can't go wrong. So much playability and replay playability. I mean, you know, I'd say that probably Cathcart's one of my favourite routes. If not, no, definitely one of, because my favourite route's Birmingham Cross City. What's this one called? Where are you in the world? Mount Florida. Yeah, Mount Florida in Glasgow. Never been to Glasgow, so if any of you have ever been to Glasgow, do let me know. Is it nice? I would like to go there simply for the subway, if I'm honest. I'm keen to do all sorts of like subway systems and that across the world. So you know, the Glasgow subway is one of them. We're coming up to Cathcart in a minute as well. So this branch here, this goes down to Newton, which if we had them in the game, would see Pendolinos. So the Pendolinos would obviously start here, and they'd go down this branch line. I think there's a station about here. I'm not too sure what it's called. And then you get to Newton here, and you'd realistically see Pendolinos flying through here, which obviously we don't have, which is a shame. But yeah, that branch goes down to there, and you've got another 5 stations down there. What's that? Oh, I thought that was a long train as well. It would have been cool to have that little section there, but I don't think we would have had any of the applicable stock other than like freight runs and stuff. But this is Cathcart, and interestingly, one thing to point out: there's these cool little ScotRail train things for like flower beds, and they're a collectible, which I think are quite neat. I need to slow down to 20. I'm going way too fast. But this is Cathcart. This is where the route gets its name from. And now we're coming up to Muir End. I think that's how you say it. Muir End? Muir End? I'm going to say Muir End, just to not fully embarrass myself. We can also get up to 50 mile an hour. So I do like this portion of the route because I think this is top 40 mile an hour. The main circle. So down here you can get up to 50 mile an hour and get some, you know, really run the 314. But as we come into Muir End now, our first calling point for this video. Look at that. We've passed through 6 stations and this is the first one. So let's get stopped somewhere. I'm guessing just around here we need to stop. Do you know what? That's not awful. That's not the worst stop in the world. Yeah, so why do I think it's underrated? A lot of people disregard this route because it's short. Like, it's 20 miles, and obviously at the time when it came out, they charged full route price for it, which is fine because it's quite a fully fledged route. And a lot of people had a certain opinion on it. Now, I personally think it's underrated because it's just, there's so much to it. And at the time, this was before, this is way before London Commuter. In fact, I think it was the route before the rush hour bundle. And, you know, the biggest timetable we'd had up until that point was the Munich timetable. So this timetable was it was incredible just because it was, you know, first time that we'd not had a fully linear route. We had, like I said, you know, there's at least 6 different service patterns. So, and it was like a true commuter route, and it was fully self-contained, and, you know, it made sense, and it was all just perfect. So I feel like a lot of people just, like, you know, disregarded it because it was quite short. But I really think it stood the test of time. Like, I think if this had the Todd 4 lighting, you know, a lot of people would still, like, a lot of people would still think this is a, you know, they'd think it's like a TSW4 route because it's incredibly detailed. You know, the stations are incredible, the scenery is good as well. I think the scenery was done by Rivet, which, you know, they've proven to be very good at doing their scenery in recent projects. But I think, you know, I think it's just so much fun. I really do think it's so much fun. You know, doing this run now down to Neilston, you can do a turnaround at Neilston and go back, and then you can end up back at Glasgow, and then it will change to a circle run. So then you'll go Glasgow Central back to Glasgow Central round one way, and then you can turn back around and go back the other way, and then you can go, like, they're not all the same. It's just not the same service. You know, if you know what the sort of service patterns are like, you can probably predict what service is going to be next. But they do all chop and change. and you know you could fully do a full shift. Like if you was to do a shift on this route, you could easily do it. And I think British Ace did that. He did like a full shift, like a 6-8 hour shift stream, and it was just incredible because you can do that on this route. And I really like self-contained routes, like for example, Birmingham Cross City. That's fully self-contained, albeit a bit long. So I think it's just a really good route. And I think, you know, if they upgraded Glasgow Central with all the stock that we have now, I know that the 314s weren't around when the 385s were introduced, but I think a lot of us in the community are quite lenient, and we're not too fussed about, you know, we want realism, but if it means that we can utilize our stock just to slightly push the boundaries. I mean, for example, like the 314s, I think they were taken out of service in like 2018, 2019, and the 385s it were introduced in like 2018, 2019. So, like, possibly at one point a 314 may have been somewhere in, you know, at the same time a 385 was. But yeah, like the 170s and like the 158s and stuff, they'd layer into this route, so it'd be really good to see an actual full Glasgow Central. Maybe even an updated timetable that could do some diesel runs. I don't know. You know, we can all hope the best for it. But in general, for at the time when we had literally no other stock, it's quite good. Right, so we're coming up towards White Craigs now, and I think this is where the mastery is. I don't know whether I have it enabled. I'll have to check. But if not, I'll tell you what the mastery is anyway. Because I think most people know what it is at this point. So yeah, let's get a gentle stop into White Craigs. It's been a shame that we've not seen any other 314s. You know, take my word for it, when you do actually do runs later on in the day, you do see a lot of other stock. Right, let me check about this mastery, if I've got it installed. I don't think I do. I don't think I do have it installed, which is a shame. So the mastery is you get a crashed UFO here, which I know is a bit silly, and I'm not too sure what the relevance is. But when you see it, it's just quite funny, just because there's chaos, there's police cars and all sorts of stuff going on. And you're just casually going along in Glasgow, and then all of a sudden you just see a UFO sticking out the ground. Here we are coming into Patterton now. Get some braking on so we can be all good. From a distance, that little shadow there looked like the front of a 72 stock. I don't know why, but it just did. That little bit of fencing with the this thing in it, it proper messed with my eyes. I put it into emergency by accident. Whoops. We'll be all right. It's fine. We've got this under control. It's all right. Come on. Gentle stop. That'll be good. Cool. Nice. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Right. So. Oh, I thought I heard another 314 coming in. Yep, so that is one of the collectibles. Tell you what, let's run out and get it. Because we can. I'm going to do a naughty here and run out this way. And I'll show you the flower bed. Look at that. Some pretty flowers. I've also got this set in spring, so it's quite fitting. Right, I'm excited. Let's go. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You know, it's not as good as your diesel sounds, but you know, for an EMU, wonderful stuff. So yeah, 3.5 miles to Neilston, and we can get a full shimmy on here. I don't think we are going to bump into any other stock, which is a shame. I'm going the wrong way. But you know, when you do the runs during the day, you do speak of the devil, and they may appear. There is one there. So you know, when you do runs later on in the day, there is more stock on the route. It's like one of the very early morning services. We're crossing a fancy little viaduct here. Yeah, look at this. Lovely. Do you know what? It's got to be done. It's got to be done. A photo mode shot. It's got to be done. I'm taking the opportunity now for the thumbnail. Right, there we go, done. Got a photo mode shot. I'm thankful that I did the shot when I did, because I started having a sneezing fit because I've got a bit of a cold, if you couldn't tell. So thankfully, I was able just to do that, not whilst I was recording. I think this part of the line here should have been a station. It looks very much like it should have been a station. If anyone knows the history behind this, do let me know, because I don't actually know what was here. It just looks like it would have been, because a lot of them are all island platforms. But there's not really much else in the area, so I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe it's been reserved for future development. No idea, not a clue. Anyway, here's our buddy, the other 314. Hello, hello, hello. Lovely. Look at him go. Incredible stuff. Which one are we? We're that one? I think we're that one, haven't we? And here we are. We are about a mile away from Neilston, and a mile away from where this service will end. What do you lot think of the Cathcart Circle? Have you got the route? Have you thought about getting it? And is this potentially, you know, swerved you into the direction of getting it? I very much think it's worth it. Like, for playability, like I was saying earlier on, Antelope Valley, you know, it's a 75-mile route, but it's 90 services, and you don't see anything. It gets very boring very quickly. For a 20-mile route, you could easily spend hours on this route, because there's so much to do. But yeah, we're coming into Neilston now anyway, where this service will end. I've really enjoyed doing this route, and I just really enjoy this route in general. You know, it's one of them sorts of routes where, you know, when you buy a route day one and you sort of like think, oh, I should have waited for a sale on this. With this sort of route, I'm glad I got it on day one. You know, I probably would have got it on sale for a good price, but I'm glad I got this on day one, because it's just perfect route for me anyway. I like the sort of shorter runs where you can do different types of services. But yeah, as we come into a gentle stop at Neilston, try not to spad here. Gentle stop. I don't want to go through that red. I'm scared of that red. Do you know what? That's probably one of the best stops I've ever done. Nice. And this is that little turn back siding just here. So you go down there, change ends and go back. And let's lock the doors. So yeah, and as you can see, we've jumped back into free roam and can go straight down to the siding to turn back. But we're not going to do that, because I'm going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed this short run on Cathcart Circle. Like I say, what do you think of this route? Have you got it? Have you thought about getting it? I personally think you should get it on sale. If it goes to like 7-8 quid, absolutely do it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please smash that like button and subscribe. If you're new, I'd massively appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.